Hello everyone and welcome to another recap of my the classical chess tournament I am attending here in Amman, Jordan. Today I will be covering the fourth, fifth, and sixth round. I did not record. I did record a video yesterday, but I decided not to publish it. I was covering the fourth and fifth round. Today I'll be covering the fourth, fifth, and sixth round, and the reason will be explained later in the video. Please forgive me. I am a little bit low energy today, and to not make the video so dense, I will not be so diligent with the analysis as usually I am. So in the first round, we're just going to jump right in, of course. In the fourth round, I spurned against IM Mansour Samir. Uh, strong international master, very experienced. I think former 23, 2400, maybe very, very strong trainer of the national team of Jordan. And I really wanted to fight. I was super, super excited. I wanted to fight for a win, no matter the cost. And I played e4. He played d6, which honestly surprised me. Uh, I I wanted a Sicilian. I knew he played the Sicilian, but he played d6, which were okay. I played knight f3, and I kind of baited him into a Sicilian. I wanted this because he knows that I play the Alpen, and I usually play e4, c5, c3. Like I used to do this, so I was like, and we played over the board once, and I had this position. So I was like, okay, maybe he wants to like catch me off guard. Maybe he played knight f6, and I decided to go for king's Indian attack. He played g6, g3, bishop g7, bishop g2, castles, castles, c5, and I got what I wanted here. This is the position that I wanted really, and I decided to play knight b2 d2 here, and I wanted a4 e5 and knight c4 and kind of this clamp on the queen side. And then he played knight c6, very logical. I decided to play a4, secure control of the c4 square. He played a e5. I was happy when he played e5. This is the structure I wanted, and I played knight c4. He played h6, preparing bishop e6 to now allow knight g5, and I played a5 here, which is slightly inaccurate. I did analyze this game. I analyze all my games, but a5 I usually record first and then analyze. But a5 here is very, very slightly inaccurate. In the database, c3 here is played, which, as you will see later in the game, I should have played c3. It's crucial to play c3 in positions like this to control the d4 and b4 squares from the knights. I played a5, and after bishop e6, I was prepared to meet it with this move queen to e1, and I thought I was like a genius. I was like, this is giga brain. I'm gonna play knight d2, f4, and this is defended. And yeah, after queen e1, he plays rook e8, and I played knight e3, and I forgot why I played knight e3, honestly. I genuinely forgot why I played knight e3. Like, even when I recorded yesterday's video and I analyzed, I forgot why I played knight e3 here. But I think I was worried about or sorry, I was worried about this. If takes, of course. This. I think this is what I was worried about, so I played knight e3. But I just played knight e3, he played d5, and after takes, I wanted to take, and but I thought that after takes, first of all, the computer says this position is like minus 1.1, but I thought it's just very difficult to play for a win here as white, and I thought my position is just bad here. So they decided to play knight c4, which is like the beginning of things going terribly wrong. Because after knight db4, which I saw, I just completely misevaluated. Black is in serious trouble. c2 is hanging. You cannot play a move like queen d2, You just, first of all, you block your bishop and you're wasting quite time, queen e1, queen d2, and he just takes. Or he can take. Yeah, he can do this. And if I play the queen e2, he just plays. I forgot what he should play here, but I rejected it correctly. Queen e2 is also a bad move, but it's all like really good for black. So you kind of have to go back here. The engine, like after knight c4, knight db4, I forgot what the engine gave. Honestly, forgot here what the engine gave. Doesn't really matter. I played 93 back. And yeah, obviously, if you play knight c4, knight e3, knight c4, and knight e3 back, uh, there's a lot of problems. You have done something terribly wrong, which I did. He just took my pawn. I played knight h4, thinking I had like some compensation here with f4. And honestly, it was not my best day that day because I missed after f4 takes, there's just g5, so I can't really play f4. I'll have to take like this, and this is miserable. And after knight h4, you just immediately played knight ac6. I played bishop d2, but like white is just dead lost here. Like you played queen d7, and after bishop h1, which is a horrible move, it's just a horrible move, but there's nothing you can do here. Position is like -2, maybe -3. I think it's -2.2 if I remember. The engine gives just bishop takes b4 here, and knight takes b4, and you have to figure this out. But what black has the bishop pair, black is up a pawn, black has this knight. Like it's just bad news. But bishop h1 is like a horrible move. And he played g5, I played knight g2, which is another not good move. I should have just played knight f3. My rationale was that I didn't want to trade this bishop, but this is just stupid. Like you shouldn't worry about this. And he played f5. But believe it or not, I didn't let any of my emotions get to me. I was honestly still excited. I enjoyed playing this game, even though I am speaking about it in a not so good mood. But honestly, my good mood is not my like not so good mood is not because this game, it's because something else. Uh, yeah, I played f5 and I was still trying my best. I really wanted to try my best here, but yeah, it's just there's really nothing you can do here. No matter like, there's really nothing you can do. I tried my best. I went back to c4. Like, and honestly, at this point, a lot of people were like throughout the game, people were going to board one because we were playing on board one, and people wanted to see. And yeah, I was like embarrassed, honestly, having this position over the board. I played knight c4, just trying to get some sort of activity in the position. He just plays d5, and yeah, it's game over. This is hanging soon. This is coming alive. Knight d4 is coming. This is mate with a fork. After queen c1, he just plays knight d4. And yeah, knight f3, knight e2. In Arabic, we have a saying for like a move like knight d4. We say حلها, which means solve it. Like, yeah, you can't solve it. So after rook e1, which like, okay, I saw this was hanging, but I was like, it's the top computer move, by the way. It's like -4, -5, but I was like, okay, maybe I'll sack my rook, and I have some dreams, so you can't save this position. And after king f1, knight h2, I just resigned. But I learned. I analyzed the game. I learned I saw my mistakes, etc., etc. Uh, I was kind of disappointed in myself after this game. I didn't like my play. I got too excited. Uh, a5 was the beginning, was just a misunderstanding of the position. And yeah, knight e3 was probably another misunderstanding of the position. I didn't think he wanted to play d5 here, but I'm just ill-equipped to defend this. And I should have traded, or the engine gave bishop d2, I think. But yeah, this position is already a nightmare. So anyways, let's go to the fourth round. Oops, excuse me. I already spoiled a little bit. My opponent, I was playing with the black pieces. My opponent opened up with e4. I played c6. He played, okay. I played c6, e4, c6, d4, d5. We got a Caro-Kann. He played the exchange. He played knight f3. I played knight c6, bishop d3, bishop g4. This is part of my preparation. He played c3, queen c7, and I was chilling. Because if black can get bishop g4 and queen c7, the exchange Caro-Kann like this, black is really happy. Can play bishop f4. I got my problem bishop out. Black has zero problems. He played bishop e3. And my opponent, by the way, I wanted to add, he was a very nice gentleman. We spoke after the game, and I told him about my YouTube channel. And he's just a very nice gentleman, so shout out to him. I played e6 here. I intended bishop to d6. I'm pretty sure you guys may have saw me play this in some online games. He played knight d2, I played bishop d6. He played rook c1, which I correctly evaluated to be inaccurate. According to the engine, this position is minus 0.6, but only if you play f5 here. And you're threatening f4, which is wild. I didn't see f5, and I'm not too mad at myself because it's very obscure. Usually you just never do this. But yeah, f5, f4, and best move is h3, bishop h5. The engine just likes this. My rationale for rook c1 being inaccurate was that he has to play c4. Let's say knight f6, c4, d takes, knight takes. I was going to play bishop f4. And his whole plan of playing rook c1 and c4 fails, in my opinion, because this pawn is isolated. And after I play bishop f4, I'm already trying to trade pieces with you and leave you with this weakness in the endgame already of this pressure. So I thought that's why it was inaccurate, and then he played rook c1, knight f6, he played h3. I decided not to give him the bishop pair here. Usually you trade in the Caro-Kann, according to my knowledge, but in some positions you don't trade. And I played bishop h5, he castled, I castled, normal stuff, and I played a5. Point is, I want a4, I want a3, I want to cause problems over here. And again, I thought queen c2 was kind of a step in the wrong direction, though I think it's... Nah, never mind. But like, rook c1 is inaccurate. Because you commit your rook too early, and you probably don't want to play c4. And you can't play c4 now because knight b4. So I played a5 and you played rook e1, which I also thought was inaccurate. I thought this rook doesn't belong on the e-file, but now that I look at it, it's probably fine, and I'm talking nonsense. But yeah, he played rook e1, but I was like, he's never going to play knight e5. And I thought here for a while about a4, which I played. I was really worried about knight h4. I didn't like g4. Like, for instance, just some random move like rook a7, g4, bishop g6, knight g6, hg6. I didn't like this. I was already super exhausted from the first game, and this was the second round of the day, and I was feeling very foggy. And I decided to play a4, and I thought this was kind of a waste of time and too committal of his structure. He played bishop g5, which I didn't really understand. Or like, I did understand why he would play bishop g5, but you're never good if you take on f6. In some exchange positions, which I have analyzed, you don't care about this damaging to your structure, and actually you do like it because this f pawn controls important e5 and g5 squares and keeps your king relatively safe. And he's threatening bishop f6, gf6, and bishop h7. So I played bishop g6 here. And after takes, black is better. It's minus 0.8, if I recall correctly. And here I played a3, softening out the structure over here. After b4, actually, uh, very funny story. Before playing b4, my opponent asked me if there was en passant here. And no, I laughed. I said no. Uh, so yeah, I played a3, he played b4, which I thought was too committal. I thought maybe he should play b3 and prepare c4. Maybe he could take with a pawn like this. I thought b4 was too committal and leaves this as a massive weakness. And here something happened that bothered me so much. And what happened was I wanted to play bishop f4 here. I was very yeah, I was very conflicted between rook fc8 and bishop f4. Engine says both are completely fine, like both maintain the advantage, like exactly. And I settled on bishop f4. And I completely autopiloted and I played rook fc8. And I was like, okay. And at the board, I was like, okay, just calm down. It doesn't really matter because, yeah, because I don't think there's a difference between starting with bishop f4. Like, for instance, bishop f4, you probably won't play rook b1. Didn't make much sense to me. Knight e3, rook fc8, I couldn't tell the difference. But yeah, I played rook fc8, queen d3, which props to my opponent, I think is a good move. And then I played bishop f4, he played knight to e3, and here I knew I was better, but I had zero clue how I was going to push my advantage. And I was like, okay, I'm the higher rated player. My opponent has been playing inaccurately, okay, with this weakness on c3 and this trade and rook c1. So I was like, I'm going to play king to g7, and I'm going to try and be patient and hope my opponent self-destructs. And he played g3. And bishop takes e3 here is the best move. But here I did another thing which infuriated me. I played bishop takes e3, so I was like, okay, what do you mean it's the best move? You should have said this is the best move. But I didn't see he could take with the queen. Like this is what I just calculated. Bishop takes, queen takes, I win. Like I calculated this for a win. It wasn't like something I blitzed. And if rook takes, I just play knight b4. This is what I calculated. And of course he can't take because queen c1. But that didn't happen. uh, I just completely missed he could take with the queen. I think it was the exhaustion kicking in. So he played queen e3. And after queen e3, I was like, okay, again, calm down. It's probably still the best move. And I was correct, so I'm happy. Uh, yeah, and so the game continued. I played knight e7 here, idea of knight f5. He played knight h4, and I played g5, which was inaccurate here. I should have started with rook h8, so then I could play g5. And if he plays king g2, then after g5 he can't play knight g2. Like for my threat with rook h8 is g5, rook h3. So if I played rook h8 here, and you played king g2, then I played g5. And now the knight can't go to g2, it goes to f3, and I hit him with knight f5. There is a very nice checkmating idea I spotted, like after g5 or like within this sequence of moves. Like a very hypothetical scenario I briefly saw, I think is called to show. with this knight on c6. Wait, I just want to get the position. Knight c6, h4, rook h8. Oops, sorry. But yeah, in brief, it was a position like this. Okay, I just look like an idiot now. But like throughout the game, there was this nice theme of like I had this idea. Oops. Okay, so this completely fails. I'm not going to edit this out. But yeah, I had an idea of mating him like this. There's knight e1. But yeah, ideas like this were looming in the position. Anyways. Very off topic. Anyways, after knight h4, I played g5, he played knight g2. I played knight f5, and I thought this was intuitive. He played queen f3, and I played this nice move, queen to c4, putting pressure on the a2 pawn. He played g4, attacking my knight, and I was like, okay, I'm going to rotate my knight, put the knight on the e4 square, and pressure, and eventually win. So I played queen to e2, played knight e4. Of course, I want to trade on my own terms. I could do this, but I thought he had c4 here, which was annoying. And if I take, I lose my knight. And if I take, he takes, I take, he takes, I lose my knight. And yeah, so I was like, I'll trade on my own terms. I play knight e4 and keep my queen on c4. So after it takes, now my rook is here. So, and here he sacrificed the rook, which is very logical and brilliant of my opponent. Or I don't want to say brilliant, but it's probably the only move that creates tangible complications. Like for instance, you could play the move to e3 here, but after rook c8, this pawn is falling, and these two pawns will probably fall, and you will just lose. So it's best to play a move like rook takes e4. Probably it's best, and create these massive complications with the doubled e pawns, doubled f pawns. After knight e3, rook c7, and c4, or I forgot whether it was after c4 or here. He offered me a draw, and I made a face, and I wanted to apologize to my opponent, and I made like a pretty annoyed face, and I wanted to apologize, but I didn't get the opportunity to. Because I was like, why do you want to draw here? I mean, like, why did you offer me a draw? Obviously, I'm winning, so obviously I'm not gonna take a draw. But then he played c4, and I was like, oh well, I spent about 26 minutes here, about, because I realized just how complicated this position is. I considered king f8, I considered rook d8, I considered rook d7, I considered rook a4, I considered b6, all of which led to serious complications. And I decided to improve my king with king to f8. He played rook to c3, targeting my pawn. I was like, okay, let me bring my king. He played rook to knight to c2. And here I played the move rook to a4. The idea of pressuring is b pawn. If he plays b5, I take. And I wanted him to take. I wanted to sacrifice this pawn and take, and go for a position like this, which is extremely complicated. Maybe I would play rook c8. But none of that happened, or this, like I played rook a4, he played king f1, and I blitzed b5, f5, which I kind of regret. Obviously, I think f5 is the only move here, but I had enough time on the clock to calculate. He played rook takes e3, and okay, I was like, okay, we have this position. I'm going to take f5, figure this maze out. He played king e2, and I was happy because I spotted rook c8 here, and he's in trouble. He's in trouble because I'm going to play rook a8, rook a2, and he found this very nice move. Credit to my opponent. He's 1700, but he's finding good moves, man. Like he played rook a8, he plays knight c4, rook a2. Ooh, wow, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. 96 is coming. Takes, 96. This is hanging. Like takes, 96. b7 is hanging. f5 is hanging. e4 is under pressure. These three pawns are scary. Like, what is going on? So I spent about like 20 minutes, 25 minutes in this position. Was it? I don't know. I spent a lot of time in this position. Calculating f4, calculated f4, and then I took on f2, and I spent so much time. Like I don't want to bore you with the details. We still have another game, but I spent so much time seeing all sorts of lines with knight d6, with b5, with e4. So many complications in this position. And he played b5, which I saw. There was this line with knight d6, rook e2, king f3, rook here, rook b5, rook b6, and there's a lot of complications in this position. But after rook f2, he played b5. I played rook g2, which I think is accurate. I still haven't analyzed this game in the engine. I will tomorrow. I'm too exhausted. I'll analyze both these games. Wait, let me fix this. Yeah. And he played knight e5, which I didn't see, honestly. And in this position, you're always looking to sacrifice like this. However, this is a draw. My king cannot get anywhere, and if it ever ventures too far, c6 and I lose. And same thing with his king. So we're in a mutual kind of stalemate. So So I played rook e3, king f2, rook e4. There was a nice idea here with rook e4, which was if he played c6, I was going to sacrifice. And if takes, then takes, king d8, I win. And if takes c7, king d7, I win. And if he takes, I take. And if b6, I have this. And if this is winning. So yeah, knight f3, but he didn't fall for that because he's a good player. I played king to d7. And after knight takes g5, I thought that, okay, the game is over. I took on d4, and after king f3, according to the engine, which I briefly saw, I haven't fully analyzed, rook d5 blunders the game. Because I think of some crazy line here with... there was some crazy line. But I forgot why. I think... completely forgot why, forgive me. But yeah, rook d5 for some reason blunders the win. I'll review it tomorrow. But he just played king f4, which we had few minutes here. You can't really blame him, and we were going into the fourth hour of the second round, so we were like super exhausted. And rook c5, b6, and the rest of the game really is trivial. So I'm not really going to discuss this. Yeah. This position he resigned. I bounced back. Okay, so I am 4 out of 5 going into the sixth round, and I was 25 minutes late to this game, and if I was 5 more minutes late, uh, I would have been disqualified. I would just have lost the point, though not rating. And part of my bad mood is because I'm starting to relapse into bad habits. I'm starting to just not enjoy playing in this tournament, even though I'm getting results. I mean, I won 5 games, like and no, like 4 games, maybe. I don't. I won all my games, and we're about to see if I'm going to win this one. And my only loss is to an international master with years of experience. But tomorrow I'm playing or wait, let's not spoil that. I'll reveal it at the end of the video. But I'm relapsing into old habits of insomnia, severe anxiety over the board, too much stress. Leading to this game, I slept at 7 a.m. I was very like rattled by a bunch of things like school and this tournament and anxiety over the board. I'm just being foggy, really. So like I have a very funny story to tell. Unfortunately, this video is getting very long, but it's a recap of 3 games. What can you expect? This game led to the most embarrassing moment of my life because I arrived at this game. Okay, so you can skip a little of them to tell the story. So I went for the drive at 5:05. The game starts at 6. I left the house about 5:20. Location says ETA estimated time. I will arrive at 6. And I was like, cool, maybe 6, 6:05, 6:10 doesn't really matter. It's just a few minutes. Then we were just stuck in traffic, and the ETA was showing 6:30. I can't be 30 minutes late. And I was worried, like, if I'm 28, 27 minutes, the arbiters are going to be, okay, obviously it's not showing. So I had to yell out to a guy on a motorcycle that I didn't know in the middle of traffic, in the middle of the like street, a very busy street, from my car, run to him like a belligerent lunatic and beg him to put me on his motorcycle so I can make it to this game on time. And bro was super chill about it. Bro was chill. Bro let me ride. He took me, he dropped me off somewhere close, and I took off running. I had to run at full speed to get to the tournament. That doesn't end there. I had to call my mother to make sure, oh yeah, I I made it, I'm alive. And because she was worried I would be disqualified. And I had my phone, and we have to like put our electronics, and the guy who takes the electronics was as the at the door of the playing hall. So I'm like, I forgot how loud my voice is because I'm like, I was running and like all the stress, and I'm like, I made it, mom, I made it, I'm here. And then I burst into the playing hall, and like 150 faces just look at me all at once, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh no, this is so embarrassing. Everyone's looking at me. What am I doing? I was like, I'm sorry for the noise. Doesn't end there. I know my board is at board 8, but I'm so flustered. I'm like covering my face. I'm like, I'm trying to find out wherever my board is. And like, I skip my board. Then I come back. Everyone is still looking at me. I'm like, oh, when will this end? I sit on my board. I thought I was playing white. Turns out I was playing black. And I sit and I already see e4 on the board. I'm like, what? I'm playing white here. How is e4 on the board? So I was sitting and they're like trying to tell me you're playing black. Like the people next to the board, they're trying to be nice. I just didn't get it. I was out of it. I was finally, in like all this rush up, and I like reach over, I play c6, and then I come back, and that guy comes, and I finally make it to the game. And sleeping at 7 a.m. So basically, everything about this game leading to this game was a disaster. My diet was garbage, sleep was garbage, super rushed. I was running, etc., etc. Anyways, for those of you guys who skipped, e4, c6, knight of 3, d5, another Caro-Kann, takes, d4, knight c6, c3, queen c7, same old, stopping bishop f4, bishop g4 is coming. Oops, we see this, we know this idea, he prevents bishop g4. I was like, sure, I'll take this diagonal, bishop d3, takes, e6, standard stuff, castles, bishop d6, rook e1, knight f6, bishop g5, and I play knight e4, and my opponent, credit to my opponent, he doesn't like to think too much, very goes off on his own intuition, and I'm not so wise person who spends 30 minutes on every move. So I decided to play knight e4. It's like targeting this bishop, and maybe I'll play f5. I contemplated castling, allowing this. I didn't know if in this particular position I could do this with things like knight h4, queen e3, queen h6, rook e3, rook g3 maybe, but I was probably hallucinating. So I played knight e4, he played knight bd2, and I decided not to take here. I was like, he's targeting this, which I didn't know if he wanted to take, and I'm all in all of this rush. And I didn't know if I wanted to long castle and allow this. And I also considered castling long here. So many options. But I just knight e4. I decided to go for f5. Very contradictory to my style of previous tournaments, you know, breaking out of my shell, playing very aggressive, very ambitious chess. It's like I'm the higher rated player. I want to go all out of, I want to win, etc., etc. Knight f1. Decided to play h6, kick the bishop out, and after bishop e3, maybe I was going to castle 1 and go g5, g4, g8, etc. He played bishop h4, which is a good move, and I didn't want to play g5, and he's going to trade, and I didn't know if this is what it was, well, if this was what I wanted. So I just castled. He played bishop g3, and I decided to play rook f6 and maybe g5, rook g6, and allow this trade. For those of you guys who are confused, if g5, bishop g3 takes, there's rook e6. So yeah. And I calculated a funny line here. After f5, knight f1, I calculated, I think, h6. Was it here? I think, where was it? There was like some line. Maybe g5, knight d2 here. I don't know. I was high for like the majority of this game. Yeah, I just castled and played rook f6. Here, inviting this, and I wanted rook f8 and g5, rook g6, queen e7. Things like this. He played knight 3 d8, d2, and I played this, and I wanted to open this, and I calculated queen b5, rook f2, queen b7, and I thought I was better here. And obviously he won't take. He played f3, and honestly, he's playing these moves instantly. He has more than 90 minutes on the clock, and I think here I had like about 30, 40 minutes. And yeah, it's a problem. And I was like, really? You can just play f3? So I just played knight g3, takes, he took, I took. He played knight f1. I was like, seriously? Like, seriously, he can just do this. And I was like, man, bro is gangster. Like, he is seriously gangster. Like, bro is the type of player I want to be sometimes. Like, he's like, oh, you want to play, like, be my guest. Come on, like, okay, g5, you do your worst. When I do this against my opponents, I resign in 2 moves. When he does this, he's like super genius, and I spend all my time and I can't do it. Cool. He played queen e3. He wants queen f2, trade of queens. And of course, I don't want to trade queens because this endgame is just a migraine. Because he will always target my e6 pawn. Didn't want to trade at all. So queen h5, knight g3, cool. Queen g6, maybe h5, h4, and then he played rook f4. And I was like, wow. I messed up. My whole advantage is gone. Or not my whole advantage, but like, what am I doing? Or like, I messed up somewhere. Like, I don't see where my advantage is. And like, I played king h7 because I have no clue what to do. Like, I calculated for so long, didn't find any ideas. He played rook e3, and I was like, wow, I have no attack. I have no attack here. And after g4, like an idiot, I was calculating lines with this, and like completing it. He can just play h4. He can just play h4, and position is dead, and black is worse, like practically, because he's just going to pressure this. I have no attack, and he could try maybe something with these pawns. And I was like, wow, this is frustrating. Like, this is really frustrating. Like, how am I getting an advantage out of the opening and being a complete lunatic and losing my advantage? Like, with complete respect to my opponent, I want to be respectful. I don't want to come off as arrogant, but my opponent is 1657. I'm the higher rated player. I cannot. My aspirations in chess go beyond beating. Like I want to beat strong players. I want to beat the 2200, 2100 players, the 2000 players, the title players. And I'm like, I can't be thinking about doing these things while I'm out here just losing my advantage and just getting into a worse endgame against some guy who's significantly lower rated than me. I can't be doing this. But yeah, I just had to roll with with the punches. I just had to play my best. So I played h5 and queen f7 and I'm tired. And queen f7 and black has nothing. Black has nothing. If anything, white is better here. Fantastic. Knight f1, rook e8, and I spent just the next few moves just shuffling. There's nothing you can do here. Position is dead. I thought this position was a fortress. The engine, the gentleman after the game, he told me that he white has an advantage here, which yeah makes sure like there's some way for white to push for a win here. I played b6 and I was just shuffling, just shuffling, just shuffling, just shuffling, just shuffling, trying like I was trying my best, man. I was trying my best to like win. I was still I was still looking for a win in this position, as dumb as it sounds, and I was hoping for a miracle. Then shuffle, 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 shuffle. Wait a minute. You just played King F2. Can I play Knight C4 here? Takes, takes. This is hanging. Queen F3 is coming. The answer is yes, and I did that. Queen B5, Queen F3. And I had a single minute against an hour and 30 minutes on the clock. I had an hour and 29-minute time deficit, which is a problem. This is a serious problem. Like, I have to fix this somehow, some way, I need like therapy or something. There's, there's a problem, man. But this is losing, by the way, guys, which I didn't see. I saw King G1, but I had such low time. I knew that Queen G3, Rook G2, I was losing because Queen D7 comes. But I was going to figure this position out. I was just going to figure it out. I was like, okay, we're going to get here, and maybe there's a win somewhere. And I took the risk. Played Queen F3. He played King E1, which I thought was inaccurate. And I took with check. King D1. My heart was beating, and I played this nice move, Rook to E8. So Queen D7 is met with Rook E7. And yeah, after queen takes c4, I took an f4, and super complicated. I don't know what's going on. Of course, this is happening every game, which is normal. And oops, sorry, I kind of spoiled it. Forgive me. Then he played queen c4. I took an f4, queen c7, rook e7, queen b6. I was like, okay, g3, and this was my idea. I wanted me push pawn, me make queen. He played queen c6. Okay, so there's no g2, but I had this idea. I was going to play queen to f1. And he should have probably played king d2 or king c2. He played rook e1, and I caught him. He was trying to flag me. He told me this after the game. And I hit him with this nice move g2, which I'm pretty sure he missed, because he can't do this. And he played d5. I played g1 queen, and my heart was like at 2000 beats per second. Zero clue what is going on. If d takes e6, I was going to take. I was also looking at lines with king g6, but yeah, you just make a queen here. I played this. I played queen to d3 check. He played king f1 or king c1, and I found this nice, very nice move. I think I had 15 seconds on the clock here. He had hour 32, 31 minutes maybe. I played queen f2, which I was very happy for finding. In all of this chaos, this is hanging. It's like it looks very simple. What do you mean, just queen f2? But when your heart is racing and you have 15 seconds, you stop seeing the board. I'm serious. Your mind just becomes a circus. I played queen f2, threatening mate. He went here, and I played queen f4. And yeah, I calculated this was mate, so he had to block. And I could have taken here, which I don't think I saw. I don't remember if I did, but I was like, I'm just going to do the super simple thing, which is to take, and I just up a million points of material. And I was hoping for king c2, which he played, and forcing a queen trade like this. But if he played something like this, I was just going to play queen a7 here with the low time and everything. I was like, okay, well, obviously I can't lose this. But you never know. Uh, so yeah, I just played queen e4, takes, and the game went on for like 50 more moves, I think, or 40, 30, because my opponent played on until mate. But yeah, I I got tired of deciphering my own handwriting, and yeah, it's not really worth showing. It's just shuffling and mate. But yeah, this was the game. These were the games. I am currently 6 out of 7. No, I'm 5 out of 6. Yeah, I'm 5 out of 6. And tomorrow I'm playing none other than the Anas Khouera on board 3, I think. The Anas Khouera that drew Mamidyarov on the Olympiad, former 2200 rated FIDE master. And at the beginning of the tournament, I said I was super excited. I said I really wanted to get a game with him. I really wanted to play these top guys, these IMs, etc., etc. But honestly, I'm exhausted. Like the tournament schedule has been brutal. The commute is super difficult. It takes too long to get to the place, and when you get there, you're exhausted. You're barely eating when throughout the tournament. I'm constantly stressed. Uh, and I really don't like I want to win. I want to beat the really good players, but it's really frustrating playing in tournaments like this where it's either I'm paired with some 2200 titled player or I'm paired with 15, 16, 1700. Like it's seriously frustrating because it's either I'm playing someone who's significantly lower than me or significantly higher than me, and the experience is just like brutal. And I don't know if I'll be able to sleep well today. I want to prepare. The stress over the board. I've played Anas twice. Both were extremely close games, very nervy games. I lost both with the black pieces. Tomorrow I have the white pieces. I'm 99% sure he plays the Caro-Kann because I'm a stalker. Uh, I'll prepare. I'll try my best. But then there's this part of preparing, and you constantly feel guilty because, well, I should have prepared for hours and I didn't really prepare. I prepared XYZ, and it's just too much. It's just like if this was the first or second or third round, like I would be super pumped, but like I'm exhausted, man. I can barely calculate anymore. Like it's showing in the games. I'm getting way too foggy, way too quickly, and I'm kind of like trying. Okay, so I've dealt with over the board. Like okay, at least I'm not having like panic attacks over the board, but or like I'm not shaking aggressively like I used to, and I am being a lot more healthy than before. But still, it's and like I was asking myself this question, like okay, I've played 6 rounds. I've beat every single person I've played with, and I lost to an IM, and I'm just not happy. Like I'm not happy. Like I would look at this game and just go, "Wow, I lost my advantage. Bad game. What am I doing?" And just completely disregard every single. It's just like it's a cycle. It's affecting me. But I'm trying to slowly, and I am getting better with my mental health. I am getting better at managing all of these things. I am looking forward to a future that I see where I play chess competitively in a very healthy manner that aligns with a healthy lifestyle. But I'm just not there right now. And this video has already gone on for way too long. So thank you to everyone who watched this video. Thank you guys for anyone who made it here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I hope maybe you consider playing into some competitive chess. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the recap. Bye bye.